Hatari Labs. Really welcome to our first video on this channel. I mean, we had another YouTube channel before, but this time we are now in this channel, and we are going to have a simulation tutorial of heavy metal bioaccumulation at wetlands with MODFLOW and MT3DMS. Okay, so as you have read on the description of the video, there are some process on the evapotranspiration. I mean, on the discharge on wetlands, you have evapotranspiration as a discharge that turns the groundwater into moisture, air moisture. So if you have the air moisture have no solutes or no contaminants in it, so the water that is on air moisture is almost pure. Therefore, the contaminants stays, the pollutants stays on the wetlands. This simulation is on MODFLOW-MT3DMS and is related to demonstrate how is this process and how are the dynamics of this process of bioaccumulation. Okay, so we're going to use MODFLOW with ModelMuse to do this tutorial. Well, let's start. Okay, so actually I open ModelMuse, MODFLOW model. I just declare as systems of reference. So let's say that I am 3 and just declare next. And I'm going to do a 2D model of MODFLOW with ModelMuse. The model actually has, but we are going to make this discretization on another part of the model, not here. So here we'll just say that it has 100 columns, 1 row and 1 layer. And the column width is 10 meters, row width is 10 meters, and the height is 500 meters. Model top is 500 meters, and this is 0. Okay? Cool. So let's say 100 columns of 10 meters each, 1 row of 10 meters, 1 layer, and the model thickness is 500 meters. Okay, here we are. Okay, we are mostly going to work on the 2D projection, not on the aerial projection. So here, so let's have a focus here. And my first step in this numerical model is to discretize the elevation. We are going to have an elevation where the wetlands will occur, and as well as a drain, it could be a river, but it's a gaining river or like a drain. Okay, so in order to do that, what we are going to do is open this, and here I will put called straight line object from the center of this cell to the center of this cell. Okay, and here let's say okay, cool. So yeah, this will be elevation. I changed that color. Cool. And then I put number of set formula 0. That's right. And I'm going to insert some vertex. Okay. So in order to do that, I have to insert one vertex at row 50. So I go here with this, insert a vertex at row 50, rows, column at column 15. If you see here, you can see the columns that you're pointing at. So I'm going to put it one here, cool. And then I need another one at 80. With this one at 80. Okay. I will need one more here and as well one more at the middle. Cool. Yep. And now I'm going to insert a key to the vertex because I'm going to interpolate this. You can interpolate from your elevation model, you can interpolate by inserting points, but this I have found that is a more practical way to interpolate and faster. Okay, so I go here, I go to this vertex, and then I say, this is elevation, and the value here is 400 meters, 41. Cool. And elevation here is 400 meters, 40. Cool. Elevation here is 400 meters, 38. Elevation here is 400 meters, 40. Elevation here is 400 meters, 41. While for elevation here is 500 meters. Okay, great. Now I'm going to interpolate elevations. How I do that? I go with the red arrow, I select the object, go to datasets, require layer definition, model top, and then here is 500 meters by default. But if I go to edit function, I go to object, and then I say interpolated vectors value, then I just say LF, put OK, and here is interpolated. Okay. You have the power of YouTube, so you can just pause and do it again. Yep, if you have found that I have done it very quick. Okay, cool. What else? I'm going to go to model, to package and programs. Model, package and programs, and flow. I'm going to use BCF and boundary conditions. I just put constant head, to drain and evapotranspiration. BCF, constant head, drain, and evapotranspiration. Solvers, no, MT3DMS. What I am trying to do is I'm going to simulate the bioaccumulation of copper this time, okay? For some reason here, and this is related to the stability of MT3DMS, I have to use a minimum saturated fraction. Yeah, advection is with third order TBD ultimate, dispersion, and sink and source. Okay, that's great. Let's say okay. Cool. And here it says that you have to run MODFLOW in order to run MT3DMS. Then I go to model, then I go to layer groups. My model is fully convertible. And then on discretization, I have 10 layers increased downward with a multiplier of 1.5. Great. On the dispersion, I have this. Yeah. Cool. Okay, cool. Great. Then I go to MODFLOW time because I'm going to simulate 1,000 years. So I go from 0 to 1,000 years and say I use convert time units that says 1,000 years to seconds because I like to use the international standards of units. Okay, so I just say copy to clipboard, close, and then I go here and go copy to clipboards. Yep. On maximum first time length, I go to function and then say I want it is steady state, so I want just to simulate these 1,000 years as a one period. And then I go to MT3DMS, I go to 0 to this, and then I need a lot of iterations in order to get in order to reach the 1,000 years. So I'm going to say I need 100,000 iterations. Say, okay, cool. So, yep. Then I go to data, edit data sets, optional, no, required, hydrology active, everything is active. K is this one, K set is divided by 2. The initial head is 500 meters. No, let's say that the initial head is model top. Yep. Transmissivity, no, I'm not interested. MT3DMS, okay. Look, this tutorial is about to demonstrate that the initial concentrations with time are the responsible of having higher, like a bioaccumulation, meaning higher concentration of metals on wetlands. So I say the initial concentration of copper is 0.05. Please remember this value because we are going to compare this value with the final value at wetlands. Okay? And this model is without any anthropic source. I mean, without any spill, without any lixiviation. Okay, longitudinal dispersivity is 10, porosity 0.05. Okay, great. Close. After that, I'm going to set the boundary conditions. So first, the evapotranspiration that is activated in the whole model, but if you read the manuals, the documentation, then evapotranspiration will only occur in MODFLOW when the water table is close to surface. So, so I just check this, and then I say evapotranspiration. Okay, 0 formulas. I change of color always. I say datasets, layer definition, model. Let's say datasets, layer definition. Evapotranspiration, okay, MODFLOW features, and this is evapotranspiration that goes from the beginning to the end. The evapotranspiration rate is 1,200 millimeters per year, so 1.2 meters divided by the number of seconds per year. So it will be something like that. Okay. The evapotranspiration is surface. The evapotranspiration depth is 2. Okay, cool. I just hide, sorry, I didn't want. I hide this one because I would like to, because it's actually blocking everything behind, so I just want hide selected objects, and then I add one point here that will be constant height, CHD. The constant height, I change it of color, and it will be, let me check, from the elevation 450 to the elevation 245. Okay, and then here on MODFLOW features, I go from CHD from the beginning to the end. The starting height is 150, ending height is 150. Okay, these boundary conditions represent the regional flow that enters the model. Yep, and this regional flow as well has a background concentration, initial concentration, that it is specified concentration, number of times 1 from the beginning to the end, and the copper concentration is 0.05. Okay, you could have typed it. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I have evapotranspiration, I have the boundary, the constant height, and here I need a drain. Here in this cell, exactly in the cell that has the lower elevation, I will put my my drainage package here. I put drain, and I say change of colors always. And here will be one formula. Where is it? Here, model top. Model top, cool. So model top, I go to, okay, so drain, change of color, model top. And here I activate the drain options that go from the beginning to the end. The conductance will be direct, and the elevation will be model top, and the conductance will be 0.01. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Yep, that's right. Okay, so your model is ready to run. So just save it by save as. This is about simulation tutorial. Let's say that this is simulation tutorial. Wait a minute, please. Okay, and this will be simulation tutorial. Please avoid the spaces. Yep. So if you have spaces on your name, most probably your model will crash. So please avoid them. Say we're done. Okay. So here we have the route to our model. It's not so long. Be careful because as well, long routes are also responsible that your model doesn't run as well. So I'm going to run the flow model with this one. I don't change these names, never. So I just say save. Okay, cool. This is my water balance. My water balance say that 2.8 liters goes into the model, and the drainage takes most of them because it takes 2.6. However, the evapotranspiration takes one order of magnitude less, but it's relatively important. Okay. Then I open. Then I will open the contours. Why not? So I will open the contours with this one, with the AFD. Then I will say contour grid, contour grid, contour grid, like contour grids here. Okay, so I see the process of recharge. Now the regional flow, let's say this is the horizontal flow and the discharge to the wetlands and as well to the river. Okay, so now I am going to run MT3DMS. I don't change that name either. And it will run for 100,000 iterations. Right now, we are just in 1,000, and we will have to wait a little bit. Let's see, we are on 3,000. Okay, and it will take maybe 2 minutes. Not so long for the amount of data that we are processing. Okay. I will take advantage in order to talk to you about some things about our blog. Yeah, actually, we come from a blog in Spanish, uh, where we share a lot of things in water resources software, open source water source software, and MODFLOW. MODFLOW is my specialty. My name is Saul Montoya. I am a hydrogeologist. We have this website that is called hatarilabs.com. It's a brand new website. Yep. And this website is intended to have a lot of tutorials on QGIS, a lot of tutorials on MODFLOW, on software like HECRAS, HECRESIM, HECHMS. Oh, a lot. I mean, we have in Spanish we have like 200 tutorials, and I hope that in English we could have something similar. Okay. Now we are on 42,000 iterations. Cool. That's great. Okay, great. Now I am 51. We are 68, 69. Uh, 78. Well, we are close to finish. Okay. Well, we are really close to finish. Okay, cool. And we're going to see the mass balance here. Okay. On the mass balance, we see that the amount of copper that enters on these 1,000 years to the system is 1,162 kilos. Yeah. From these 1,062 kilos, almost 1,062 kilos goes out as the drains. But on the mass storage, some 500 grams stays on the system. Okay. So, and this is the 500 grams that will be accumulated on the wetlands. So if we see, if we close this, if we close this as well, a copper, and I will present it as a control grid, and nothing happens here because actually I will change it here. I will go to the last bottom, to the lower layer, and then I make, because that only happens on the wetlands, and the wetlands are here. So from a background concentration of 0.05 milligrams per liter, the evapotranspiration makes the bioaccumulation to 0.13 or maybe 0.14. So it's about 3 times bigger for this simulation time. If you have set a bigger simulation time, like let's say 10,000 years, you will have even higher concentrations. Okay, so this simulation is just to prove the phenomenon, or like the process that heavy metals are bioaccumulated due to evapotranspiration on wetlands. Okay, and I hope that this will be a very fruitful and very interesting topic for your research or for your practice, professional practice. My name is Saul Montoya, as well from Qatari Labs, this new blog that we have started, and I hope that see you on coming videos, on coming tutorials, and please follow our YouTube channel, and please follow our Facebook page, that is Facebook at Qatari Labs, and as well if you, and I hope that we see we hope that we will see you soon in coming tutorials. Okay, that's great. See you on the next tutorial. Bye bye.